Last year, the song we sang was Amazing Grace. And as the song was being sung, I could remember her words that she said. She said, Samuel, take back what is yours. When I drove to New York, after receiving a call, living in Ohio, which took me 8.5 hours, I got there just in time. And those were her words to me. And she says, always do that right thing. So here we are. We're speaking about reclaim, reclaimed, and reclaiming. Those words are strong for me. They're strength, it's conclusiveness, and it's truthful. It is strong because sometimes we, as black people, as we look at these faces here, as I'm looking at you, you can't see what I'm seeing here. But I'm seeing this sea of beauty in front of me. Something that I don't experience that much at work, in my UU congregation, and most places where I go. So it's an honor to be considered the way as to how I am right now. I mean, again, I'm going off my script here. So Leslie came up and held my hand. I mean, my hand was sweating. Sweating. I'm honored to be here, folks. You don't know how much this being here means for me. So let's go back to what reclaiming and reclaiming is. The fact that sometimes when we say that reclaiming, for me, it is conclusive because we have suffered from, most times, from a colonized way of thinking. We have been conditioned to think a certain way. We've been conditioned to be a certain way. We've been conditioned to act a certain way. But I tell you, when I'm here, I was cutting the floor last night. Come on. You guys don't know where we were, and I'm not going to tell you yet. But I tell you, it was fun. And as I look around last night, as I was standing there, and these folks think I can't dance. That's what it was. I was just observing people. Just be among our people. It's for me reclaiming that from which I have lost for some time. Yes. So as I look at this though, as I look at this reclaiming back from what I've had, I think of the word spiritual nature. Have my spirituality enriched in certain ways, in certain fashion. The fact that am I able to say that by means of the history in which we've had, that sometimes we need to be revived. And revival sometimes comes from this place of spiritual decline. Let's be kind of clear about that. And being here, there's a restoration that sometimes happens. And I am feeling restored right now. Restored to be in this place, to be with you and every one of you. And the faces. I can't help the faces here, but I'm looking at the smiles, the feeling that I am feeling right now. It is tremendous. But here is where there are two questions in which I normally ask myself is that, where is there room for black people to find comfort and solidarity among congregations that are dominantly white? I think of the example of this great Jamaican minister by the name of Ethel Brown, who came to the United States to be a UU minister, and he was denied that opportunity. What's up with that? So, when we fast forward where we are right now, where are we? With making sure that there is a solidarity for here we are, the recognition and honor of our heritage. So this is what reclaiming means for me. That is what reclaimed means for me. It is strong, it is truthful, and it is conclusive. I have the honor of introducing Andini and Chip.
This is Earth Tone Music Productions.
Let me say something. I know Michael told me I only have a couple of minutes, but let me say something though. I remember in 2014, myself and Andini said we want to have a convening of people of color. We were looking at black people, but we put the people of color there. There's some and one who's left out. And I said, who in this wide sphere of Ohio that I don't know could help me? And I reached out to one person I didn't even know, Andini. And she was a backbone towards gathering some of us there. There were only 14. But what empowering that was. And some of us that's in the room were there. And I felt so empowered. And from since then, there was this honor that I've always had of being in the company of Andini.
I have what to share. I've been on a spiritual journey of healing for quite some time now. And the things that I've left behind, I want them to stay there. That was pain and loneliness and feeling as if I didn't really belong. But at the same time, something in my gut was saying, yeah, we do need to reclaim something. So here's what I'd like to share. When I was a little girl, I was teased and bullied a lot. I often was not included in most of the stuff that the other kids in the neighborhood were doing. As a result, I felt very alone and isolated most of the time. I didn't feel like I belonged, not even in my family. Sports like basketball and football and dodgeball and kickball, I was usually the first one picked for a team. I don't know why. And even though the team that I was on usually won, I still felt like I didn't belong. During the game, it was okay, but afterwards, everybody would, go off together and all that, and I wasn't included. Then in grade school, I excelled in math and science, and I received compliments from my teachers a lot. My mom was extremely proud of me, and so was my grandma. But again, I was teased and bullied, and the feelings of loneliness got worse. I ended up being diagnosed with depression, and I was put on medication at a very young age. By the time I went to high school, my faith in God had seriously diminished. I couldn't believe that there was a God, because if there was, all of that bad stuff would not have happened to me. And I also noticed that I didn't receive those compliments of you're pretty and you look cute and stuff like that, like the other girls did. Now, on some level, I knew that was partly because of the clothes I like to wear, which were very comfortable. And I also wore my hair natural. And that was a no-no at that time. Wearing skirts and dresses were definitely out of the question. So I'm sharing this with you to tell you that I'm going back to fetch. I'm going back to fetch that little girl who felt all alone. And I'm going to tell her that she was never, ever alone. Because her ancestors were always with her. They were guiding her and protecting her and loving her the whole time. They were holding her up and supporting her. And they were there even though she didn't feel it. I'm going back to fetch that 12-year-old girl who didn't think there could be a God and tell her that yes, there's a God, creator, spirit, that's called by many names and offers solace, peace, and comfort whenever she needs it. And if she listens closely to the whispers inside, she can feel it. I'm going back to fetch that teenager and tell her that, yeah, she's beautiful. Yeah, she's sexy. And then one day she will wear skinny jeans. And I'm going to tell her on top of that at least one guy is going to check her out at the gym, and it's going to feel pretty damn good. But then she's going to have to process the fact that it happened later on. So I'm going back to tell them that they will definitely feel a sense of belonging and companionship in places that they could not imagine.
Yes.
That do in fact exist. And I'm going to tell them that they will find a spiritual home with other folks that look like them, who will compliment them, love them, and make them feel at home. Yeah, I'm going back to fetch my little girl. I'm going back to fetch my spirit. I'm going back to fetch a little bit of me.
Wow.
In awe of the power of all of you. I'm so thankful to be here. I came here to remember all the fullness of who I am. Young Caribbean American woman, young Caribbean American lesbian, young Caribbean American lesbian who loves Orisha. I came to be a young Caribbean American woman who loves Orisha and loves women, who's dedicated to my community and find my space and my security in myself in that work. I came to be all of myself in every space. I came to see all of you and remember the beauty of all of you when I don't see you. I came to be a masterpiece and a work in progress. In the keeping with all the tradition of everything that we brought here today, I would like to add to the libation of today. Omi Tutu, blessings to the earth and the water. Tutu Aye. Tutu Afe to the fire of this chalice. Tutu to the ancestors who could not be here. Tutu to our dead departed who need to be uplifted and elevated to their highest space in their realms. Tutu to our bloodline ancestors who made it possible for us to be here. Tutu to our communities of choice and our cultural ancestors who make it possible to share our joys and our magic. Tutu to the energies of the unknown forces that gird us up and help us to express the fullness of ourselves. As we touch this water to the earth, we connect to this land and the people who make this land and our meeting possible that we don't speak of, the indigenous people of this land. I got off the plane and all I could feel was the indigenous people of this land who made it possible for us to be here. They're us too. There's not one of us who's disconnected from all that. that's what I came to bring to the party. And I'm so thankful for every interaction that I get to have with everyone and with every individual and everything that I come to learn and all the wonderment of the magic of every one of you. Thank you.